Hello fellow Sudokans, welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle. It's Monday the 12th of February 2024. I hope you are keeping well. Welcome to the channel. If you're new because you've never played the game of Sudoku before, don't worry, I'll be giving a brief outline of the rules. There's really only one rule I think, and that's don't repeat. But basically how to play the game. This is a Monday easy level, beginner level game. For Monday, every Monday, and at the end, if you get to the end, hopefully you'll get to the end. I won't have scared you off or made you or bored you to tears in the meantime. If you get to the end, there'll be a link to play lots of other easy level games on this channel. This channel is not just about Sudoku though. I like to chat about anything that's on my mind. And today I noticed that the article in The Guardian mentions Rupert Murdoch has been to see Rishi Sunak 5 times in 12 months. Does anybody else get this kind of access? Has anybody else ever had this kind of access to successive British prime ministers and, of course, US presidents and God knows everybody else across the world with any political influence? He's still at it. I mean, this was actually before he stepped down. He's now stepped down as News Corps head. I'm not sure of his official title, CEO, I think actually. And I'm not sure of the official company nowadays because they've changed the names quite often. But you know what I mean. The huge conglomerate that owns Fox and many British newspapers of right-wing bent, especially The Sun, one of the worst. Anyway, he's still been at it. I mean, he's been at it. He's been such a nefarious influence on Western democracy for such a long time. The only thing he's ever done is made his bed rather softer, and for him and fellow billionaires like him. I wish it would stop, but if Keir Starmer becomes Prime Minister, he is so much going to do exactly the same thing. You can just tell, can't you, from everything that Keir Starmer is. He's going to continue and let the Murdochs, whether it will be Rupert or his son Lachlan, if Labour ever get into power, it is going to continue. It's just going to carry on. There won't be any change there. All right, let's get on with the game of Sudoku then. So how do we play this game of Sudoku? It's a fun game, meant to be fun anyway. Don't make it a chore. But it's just something to pass away some time pleasantly. So you'll see that there's a grid of 9 squares across by 9 squares down, and you'll also see that we have these small sectors that are outlined in black. Over here, here, and 9. Now, if you count, and hopefully you can count, although counting is not really essential in this game, just the ability to identify numbers between 1 and 9. But if you do count, you'll find there are 9 squares across, 9 squares down, and 9 squares in each of these small sections. Okay. Now, what we do is, as you probably can guess already, is put the numbers 1 to 9, 1 in each square. As you can see, some numbers are already done. And because there are 9 only across, down, and in each block, it means that each number can appear 1 time only in its row, column, or block. And that's what I mean by don't repeat, is really the only rule that you need to understand. How does this happen? Right, so let's take this middle section here, right, this block here. Now, there are 9 squares. We have 7 and 8 already, but all of the other numbers have to be fitted into these remaining empty squares. Now, let's consider digit 1, shall we? Now, there aren't any 1s in here, of course, because if there were, then we wouldn't be looking for any more. So the way to find the digit is to look at the surrounding ones. Now, if you're playing on a computer and click on one digit like this, especially if you play at Sudoku Exchange, it will highlight the other digits. If you're playing on if you're playing printed version on pencil on paper or something, then you have to look for yourself. Now, what do we know? Okay, 1 is already in this row. This row here has a 1. It means there can't be another 1 in this row. So can this square and this square be 1? No, obviously not, because none of the other squares in this row can be 1. There's a 1 here. Let's look across here. No other 1 can exist in this row across here. So can this square, or this square be 1? No, because of this 1 here. So those are all in blue. Now this column here has a 1 already. So we consider that no other square in this column can be a 1. So this square, and this square are all blocked by this 1. And look, there is just one empty square. So that means that this must be a 1. There's no other digit that can fit there because the game has a unique logical solution. So we are absolutely sure that that is a digit 1 there. We're going to do something similar with the 8s now. We've got 8 in this square here, and we're going to say blocking up here. When I say blocking, I mean stopping any other square from becoming an 8. And we've got an 8 blocking up here, stopping any other square from becoming an 8. So in this top right hand corner section here, we've got this square, and this square. Can't be 8 because of these two here. And now hopefully you're ahead of me and you've seen this 8 over here and you've said, hey, this 8 blocks across here, and that means that this can't be an 8. And so again, there's only one empty square, and so we know that the 8 goes there. Got the hang of it? Great. That's all you need to know to be able to solve this puzzle. Well, this level puzzle, that's all you need to know. But to be honest, there are some trickier games that will be more difficult. Right. Now, let's look along the bottom here and think about something in a slightly different way. We already have quite a few digits along here. We've got 1, 3, 6, 8, and 9. I'm getting messages on my wrist. Hold on a second in case it's anything urgent. I'm getting a message. Why do I have to answer this now? I'm making sure I haven't forgotten work. Oh God, no, the problem is that sometimes, okay, I got a message in English and I got a message in Thai, but a message in Thai doesn't appear on my wristband in Thai because it doesn't understand Thai characters. That means, I don't believe I've forgotten to go to work. I have done that in the past though. I've forgotten to go to work. It's for some irregular appointments. But I'm pretty sure that's not the case now. So anyway, I haven't got my telephone with me, so I'll just forget that. Sorry, my deepest apologies, fellow Sudokans. I'm rambling on. But life gets in the way of Sudoku. Right, what do we see along this bottom row? 1, 3, 6, 8, and 9. By the way, if you're still here, thank you for staying with me. Unfortunately, the channel is often full of me doing nonsense like this. We don't have digit 2, we don't have 4, and we don't have 5, and it's the 5 that I want to consider. We also don't have 7, right? But it's the 5 that I want to consider, right? We don't have digit 5, but I've spotted that we have 5 in this column already. So we ask ourselves, can this square here be 5? And the answer is no, because of this here. And now we have a 5 in this block already, so that means that 5 is automatically banned from any other square in this block. So this square and this square can't be 5 because we have a 5 here. So in this row, we've already blocked this square, and this square, and that means that 5 must live there. It can't go anywhere else. Now we're going to take that 5 that we just put in, and 5 up here, 5 across here, 5 across there. You see what I'm doing here? That gives us 5 in that square. We have 6 blocking up here and 6 blocking down there. That's going to put 6 there. Now if any of this is too fast for you, you can just rewind and go back and watch it again. Now again, like we did just previously, we don't have a 6 in this row here yet, but what can we see? We can see a 6 blocking this square. In fact, 2 6s blocking this square. And we also have a 6 blocking this square here. So in this row across here, this is empty. That's the only empty space. We know that the 6 goes there. Now we have 2 empty squares here, so it's a good idea. If you find only 2 empty squares, it's a good idea to search and find what's missing. We've got 1, we don't have 2, we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we don't have 9. So we know that in these 2 squares, the only numbers we can place are 2 and 9. So we have to be looking for 2s or 9s that are intersecting. Do we see any 2s? No, we don't find any 2s. Do we see any 9s? Yes, we do, because there is a 9 in this block here, which means that 9 is banned from all of these other 3 squares. So this can't be a 9. This has to be the 2, and this has to be the 9. We get 2 digits for the price of 1 here. Okay, what else? I was looking at these two here to see if anything gives us, but it doesn't really. This is 4 and 7. Those what we need left here, but that's not going to give us too much just yet, so we'll forget that. I mean, this game is about looking for things. It's a search, really. That's what you're doing most of the time. What we can do is find a 7 in this block here. So you look ahead and see if you can find where the 7 goes. I'll just give you a few seconds. Okay, so we have 7 blocking down here and 7 blocking across here, which is going to put 7 into that square there. I hope you've managed to find that okay. If not, just think about it again. Sure you'll get it. Now we've got 6 blocking this square, so there's only 1 square left. 6 here. Now there's only 1 square left in this block. So we just have to find the missing number, and if you look through, you'll find it's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 goes there. Now, can we find a 1 in this row here? We've only got 3 empty squares. Can we find the 1? Answer, yes, we can. How do we go about it? We could say this. 1 blocks this square here, and 1 blocks this square here. So that's the only square left. Or we could say 1 blocks across here, 1 blocks across here, and 1 blocks down here. Same thing. Of course, you'll come to the same conclusion. So very often in Sudoku, you'll find there's more than one way to find the same information. That's an important thing to remember. Now, the missing numbers in this row are 3 and 5, and there's a 5 very close by, so that's pretty easy to see that this can't be 5. So that, excuse me, it's going to be 5, and this is going to be 3. And now we're left with 2 empty squares in this column. Let's see what we need. We have 1. We don't have a 2. Immediately I see this 2. So even without finding the other missing number, I can say, well, I know this can't be 2. So 2 goes here. And I haven't even searched for all the numbers yet. So now we've got 1, 2, 3. We don't have a 4 anywhere. So that must be what goes there. Right, what's left to be done? We have 3 empty squares over here. Shall we see what they are? We don't have 3, we don't have 4, we don't have 8. Ah, that's good. Now, if you look down here, you can see 3 and 8 are 2 of our missing numbers are in the same row. So when we think about this square here, remember 3, 4, and 8 in these empty squares. And we ask ourselves, can it be 3? No. Can it be 4? Maybe. Can it be 8? No. So that's it. It must be 4. And that will leave us with 3 and 8 over here. Now what's left down at the bottom here? 2 empty squares. We're looking for 2 and we're looking for 7. And we see a 2 here, stopping that from becoming a 2. So 2 is here and a 7 is there. Now we can say the 7 up here and we can say 7 is there. And we can get our final digit 4 for this block here. Like I say, too fast. Just go back, watch it again. 4 down here gives us 4 here, and the missing number here is going to be a 9. 9 blocks. You see how we're using the number that we just placed to help us find the next number? 9 blocks up here, that gives us 9 there, and the last digit here is a 5. 5 blocks across here, 5 blocks across here, 5 blocks up here, and 5 blocks up here. So finally we're going to get a number in this totally empty sector here. We're going to see 5 because 5's blocking up and across. So that has to be our 5. Now there are no more 5s on the board. We already have a 5 in every one of our sectors. Every row, every column has a 5. So there are no more to be found. What's next? I think I'm going to look over here and see what 3 numbers we need here. We need 2, we need 3, and we need 6 to finish. 2, 3, and 6. That's good because I look at this square and I ask, can it be 2? No. Can it be 3? Maybe. Can it be 6? No. So 2 and 6 in the same column will give us a 3 there. And now, of course, we understand that the 2 and the 6 will be in these squares, and now we have the 2 blocking up there. So there's our 2. And there's our 6. Right, sorry, another minor distraction for me there. Sorry about that. We've got 6s blocking up here and blocking up here, and that's going to give us 6 in that square. And now we've got 6 across here, 6 across here, 6 up there, and 6 up there. So here we get our second digit in this empty what was previously empty section. Block, as I usually call them. And we have 1 blocking up here, or 1 blocking up here, and 1 across here. So this sector is getting filled up. This block is getting filled up now. We have 1 across here, and we have 1 up there, which will give us 1 there. There are no more digit 1s to be found on this board. We have 2 blocking across here, and 2 blocking across here, and 2 blocking up there. That will give us 2 in that square. We have 2 up here, 2 down there. That gives us 2 there, and that's the final digit, 2. 4 blocks this square. There's only 1 empty square here. That's going to be the 4. And the last number to place in this block or this column is 9. You'll see it's the same. We need 9 in this column. We need 9 in this block. Same thing. We have 9 blocking up here, which will give us 9 in that square there. We have 9 across here, 9 up here, 9 up there, which gives us 9 here. Right, not much more left now. We've done most of the heavy lifting already. Where should we be looking? Let's have a look and see what's missing here. We don't yet have 3, 4, and 7. And if you see this 3 and 4 together, I think you know what it means, don't you? We consider this square. Can it be 3? No. Can it be 4? No. Must be 7, because that's the only other missing number in this group of 3 here. So now we know that's 7. And now there's only 1 empty square in this row. What do we need? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't have 8. That must be an 8 then. Now our 8 blocks down here and gives us 8 here. And we're left with 3 for this block and this row. Same thing. We also need a 3 in this column down here to finish the column. And what's left here? We're looking for 7 and 8. Any help on 7? Yes, we've got an 8 here, so 8 blocks that square. There's our 8, there's our 7, and now there's 1 empty square in this column. What is it? We've got 1, we've got 2, 3. We don't have 4 yet, so that must be a 4. Now our 4 blocks across here and gives us 4 there, and this will be a 3, and 3 blocks across there, giving us 3 there, and we can finish the grid with 7. And that's how to play beginner level Sudoku. Like I said, you'll see like a playlist up here, and that will tell you how to click on more similar types of games, easy level games. That's it. Thank you. Bye bye.